Games focused around the Second World War are a dime a dozen, and yet, when done right, they can still provide some of the most thrilling settings and gameplay. This takes me right into my review of Honor and Duty D-Day. D-Day serves up large 32-player PvP with multiple game modes, operable vehicles, overhead firefights, and life-size battlegrounds. Let's dive into some details. I've said it before and I'll say it again. VR offers the most engaging and fulfilling form of multiplayer. As character models have realistic movements, player avatars are to scale, and you and some buddies can freely take in the world created around you. While Honor and Duty D-Day may not offer environments for extensive, quote, face time with friends, it does bring tactical and heart-pounding game mechanics amidst a simplistic layout. The multiplayer is great. Running through a town while aerial dogfights and gunfire unfold all around you, the stakes always feel high, and the push for a win is very gratifying. You'll start out with some cash used to purchase a weapon of your choosing, along with your class. Staying alive, getting kill streaks, this all helps build your currency for the next round, as you will inevitably be gunned down from an enemy you just didn't see coming. Once put out of your misery, it's back to purchase a new weapon, and immediately you are thrown back into the thick of it. I love the weapon options in this game, as each gun feels appropriately priced and none feel overpowered. My weapon of choice would have to be the M1 Garand. This long-range powerhouse comes equipped with a 2x scope, and man is it fun to use. You can look down the scope of the actual weapon for a nice mid-range zoom, but holding the left trigger puts your vision into an in-the-scope mode, offering an additional zoom and more precision. Honestly, Strange Games nailed the scope mechanics here, and using the aim controller while wielding these weapons is an absolute dream. If only titles like Borderlands 2 VR would have incorporated this smooth and more realistic approach to using a scoped weapon. Another perk is the use of vehicles. Operating a Jeep is simple and familiar, while it will take multiple players to properly maneuver a tank. Again, it's these little details that really make this game stand out, and this makes the long-awaited final release really something, after seeing more betas than I can count. The result is a true testimony to how listening and engaging with the VR community can truly benefit gameplay. I had the chance to play the very first D-Day beta, and while I had a good time playing, I was honestly disappointed. I ran into many issues, from glitching out of the map, to dealing no damage when directly firing at an enemy, and so on. And the worst of it was with the aim controller. I couldn't get the aim controller to track accurately for more than about 5 seconds without watching as my gun slowly drifted away from me in-game. The good news is that I haven't seen any of these issues with the final game. Tracking is top-notch, and gameplay is fluid, with possibly a few minuscule hiccups here or there. The one thing I feel was a bit of a letdown is the Battle Royale mode. The downtime between matches is incredibly long, and if you play D-Day at all, you'll know exactly how easy it is to be gunned down. This just led to waiting after waiting for each new round. The good news is the game mode seems like a basic addition to be a crowd pleaser. The main 16v16 multiplayer gameplay is where the game shines. And if Strange Games was to, say, remove the Battle Royale mode tonight, I think most players wouldn't even bat an eye, let alone notice. Alright, let's just get this out of the way. The graphics aren't anything to write home about. Great, now we've said that. Let's talk about why these visuals still do an honorable job. For starters, the amount of detail and time poured into the environments around you is very impressive. You can tell, they really spent a lot of time in these maps. Each map is believable and engaging, and the size and depth to some of these maps really caught me off guard. And Strange Games did an excellent job maximizing the opportunity they had before them. When it comes to the VR experience, it's hard not to mention that there just simply aren't a lot of PSVR titles with a multiplayer of this style and scale. With that said, it's worth noting that this title is not one to drop your jaw to the floor. For that, games like Firewall, Farpoint, or even Doom VFR are more suitable in the first-person genre. What it does offer, however, is some fun and extremely affordable gameplay with 31 other players, keeping the replay value alive for the foreseeable future. Honor and Duty D-Day is simply great. It has great mechanics, great multiplayer, all bundled into an excellent price. To put this simply, this is a necessity for all PSVR owners out there.